You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a big world out there, and you're just looking for a pat on the back or head. You run around the city, searching for a place to bark, working your tail off with your nose to the ground, sniffing for a few scraps, hoping someone will throw you a bone. You take each lead, collar after collar, hoping one day to take a bite out of success and become the top dog. Fortunately, you come home each day to open arms, open cans, a drink waiting for you, and a comfortable place in front of the TV set. You know you've got it good, really good, because after all, it's a doggy dog world out there. Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with your host, pet expert, and award-winning author Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm your host, Liz Palaika, and with me today are several of my friends, including Petra Burke. Hello. Kate Abbott. Howdy. Don McMahon. Hi. Melissa Duffy. Hello. And Lisa Saputo. Hello. All of us, of course, trainers here at Kindred Spirits Dog Training. And if you've been a regular listener, you know we like to talk about dog sports, activities, stuff you can do with your dogs because it's fun and it's good for the relationship. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So take a break, listen to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. It's a Doggy Dog World. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Petco, where the pets go. Petco, where the pets go.
Pet Life Radio has tail-wagging, fur-flying, fabulous deals for our listeners from Petco. Get $6 off your order of $60 or more and up to 40% off the entire Petco site. That's right, but that's not all. Because you're a Pet Life Radio listener, you'll also get free shipping on your order of $49 or more. $6 off, up to 40% off, and free shipping from Pet Life Radio and Petco. To get these awesome deals, go to PetcoDeals.com. That's PetcoDeals.com.
Petco, where the pets go.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well-informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well-read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. Over the years, my dogs and I have been involved in a variety of sports, starting with agility, karting, conformation, flyball, frisbee, herding, obedience, search and rescue, rally, weight pulling, schutzen, tracking, and I've probably forgotten a few. Trick training, therapy dogs. But anyway, I do this because I enjoy the challenge of training my dogs. It challenges my brain. It's good for them, they think. Good exercise. And it's just plain fun. I mean, the dog is not just to have to sit in the living room and stare at you. It's to do things with him. So I enjoy a variety of sports with my dogs. And most of us do too. Kate just recently this year got started in agility and has been to a few meets successfully.
Agility competition.
An agility competition.
Unlike Liz, I'm not much of a competitor.
Well, I'm too competitive, so there's a happy medium in there somewhere.
I keep telling myself it's more like playing golf, where I'm playing against the standard.
There you go.
And so forth. But and not only is it is fun. It's fun to go and you're among other dog owners and lovers and aficionados. But to watch, gosh, from a 4-pound Yorkie doing 3-inch jumps And just going around the
who had
course.
gone to training with us.
Yeah, it's just adorable. And just watch her go bing, 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 bing around the field.
And everybody at the side of the ring going, "Aww!"
Laughing and she's just having so much fun. To the 140-pound Great Dane, mostly black, and watching him go through the weave poles is like watching a scythe go through a sheath of wheat. I mean, they just move out of his way.
And his tail wags the whole time.
Yes.
He loves it.
And listening to the crowd as he gets close to the tunnel. People are going, he's never going to go, oh, he went in! And look, he came out! And he's still wagging the tail and just having a blast. And then everything in between. Part of the fun is sitting on the sideline and watching the relationships that people have. There is one guy that we have come to refer to as Angry Guy.
Oh.
You know, he doesn't look like he's having he doesn't sound like he's having a lot of fun. And frankly, neither does his dog.
No.
But then there are the others. There's a Schnauzer, and he and his mom go out there, very matter of fact. And they just work the course, and they just come back. And
but that's what Schnauzers do.
And they're both very pleased about it in a restrained sort of way. To the Border Collies and everything in between. The ancient labs, no disrespect, Sierra, but they're just out there having fun. They could care less about their times.
Well, that's what a lab is.
Exactly.
And then there are the Aussies who are, we're going to do it right for Pete's sakes.
Yes.
No mistakes. Yes. And probably barking all the way.
Yes. You just see an amazing variety, and it is fun. And most of the people are being very supportive of each other, and that's great. So it is a fun sport.
It's fun to watch.
Yes.
It really is fun to watch. And
yes.
the bond between the dog and the owner.
And I've certainly learned a lot. I thought I was well bonded to my dog. I'm learning a whole lot more, about him and me, the way we act. So that's a fun sport. Of course, Walter's other favorite that he doesn't get to do very often, but Melissa bought a lure coursing machine.
And, oh boy, did some of our dogs go absolutely nuts. Bashir, dignified, now 8 years old, but 7 when... Well, no, we saw it first at...
Wags for Wishes.
Wags for Wishes, and it was a lure coursing over a semi-agility course. Mm-hmm. And Bashir went nuts.
Just to back up, lure coursing is where a lure, either a toy or even just a plastic bag, is pulled on a string around a course, usually by a machine, so they can go forward and backwards.
It started with sighthounds. So greyhounds in racing are chasing a lure, not a real rabbit, but a lure. Other sighthounds would do it as fun and for titles.
So instead of just running around an oval track chasing a mechanical rabbit,
right?
This you can set up the course for turns and twists and figure eights
and straightaways,
all the above.
But it was so much fun for the sighthounds that a lot of other dog owners said, "Hey, we want to do it too." And I have to admit, the first time Bashir did it, I was flabbergasted. His first time through, there was no hesitation. He went, "Gonna catch it!" So much so that at the end, they had a padded wall. He didn't even skid or slow down. He hit that wall, ka-thunk.
Uh-huh. That's why it's padded.
Whoa! Who are you and where's my dignified dog? And when Melissa sets the course up here at Kindred Spirits, the dogs just lose their silly minds.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for them, and I like agility because we get to go and work together and communicate, and it's really me learning how to communicate with the dogs and the body language and all of that. But the lure coursing is more let them go and watch them go.
Right.
And then reel them back in again.
Reel them back in. But it's exhilarating, and then they have to learn to calm themselves down after they get that adrenaline burst at the end.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
That is a skill Walter's still working on.
But then if you're the one letting them go, you're part of their joy.
Oh, yeah.
So I have other people take my dogs and let them go so that he gets to bond with other people. So that's training too.
Yeah.
I think the second time Walter went through was when he started the pre-race shakes.
Quivers.
Just losing his mind. He loves it, loves it, loves it.
I don't know. I think Bashir sees Melissa go out with the box, and he's already identified the box.
I swear he's come to my car a few times and
Bring it out, really, bring it out.
he would plug it in and charge it
If he could, yes, he would. You know, he's had thumbs on his Christmas list for a long time, and he hasn't gotten thumbs yet.
If you've got a really active dog, like a sighthound or something like that, and you can't keep up with them, work coursing is a great way to run them.
It's great exercise, and you know what? I think that my dogs should have that much joy in their life, at least now and then.
Yeah.
That much fun, even if it's
Oh, wait a minute. Our dogs have that much joy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's just different joys each day. Now, something else that we just started a new class, but we've done in the past, that is becoming more popular in the scenting games.
Nosework.
Well, nosework is a trademark name.
Oh, it is. Sorry.
But scenting games are exactly that, games that the dog can use his scenting abilities. And we've done tracking before, briefly. We've done, find the treat under the inverted flower pot and things like that. But we just started a new scenting class, and the dogs are having great fun.
Oh, mine loves it. Absolutely loves it.
That's a more common skill, maybe, than the running.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember we took Melissa's little rat terrier to the lure coursing to see. You went on quite a expedition to find things.
Yes. My little dog, she really is busy, and she likes doing stuff, and she's always bored. So I tried to find her something. So we tried agility. She wasn't really interested. We tried the karting, and no thanks. And we tried flyball, no interest whatsoever.
Lure coursing?
Yeah, the lure coursing. It went by, and she went, "Oh, look, grass to sniff." I tried encouraging her, and I went running way more than she did. And I was not very good at lure coursing myself. I think I've tried 10 or 15 different sports with her.
But the interesting thing is now, a year or so later,
yeah,
you've been working with her more. Now you're back to agility,
and
she does like it.
Yes, and now
but I think she's also feeling better now.
Yeah, I was thinking.
She
went through a period where she really wasn't feeling very good. But now, knock on wood, she's at a good weight. Her allergies seem to be under control. She's feeling good, and she's got attitude.
Oh, yeah. She has spirit and a half.
Yeah.
But she has always loved the scent games and that sort of thing. So I play a lot of those even after work at my house. I will put her in a downstay, and I'll go in the living room and hide 15 or 20 pieces of kibble or little tiny milk bones or that sort of thing, and just let her loose and let her go find them. Or I'll put them under treats under a Dixie cup and have her pick which Dixie cup, or just little games like that, or even just hide and seek. It's in the evening, a way to work her that I don't have to go out and go somewhere on a busy day, that kind of thing. Just play with your dog.
And she's so happy about it, she gets downright demanding about it.
Yes.
Speaking from experience.
Well, two things. You were using vanilla as a scent for her to follow.
Right.
And then you stopped working with her.
Yes, and she went to my training bag and dug around in it, got the bottle of vanilla, and pulled it out of my bag and dropped it at me.
Brought it over to you.
Yes.
Threw it.
She threw it. Yes, it was closer to a throw. Yes, it was. It was very clear communication. Play this game. Only I think she added some 4-letter words after it.
Yes. Now.
Yeah.
And on one of these expeditions, you found that she was quite interested in large horses.
Yes, we were just out walking one day, and we found out that she doesn't really have any prey drive. She doesn't like toys, she doesn't like chasing anything, and a draft horse had just gone by, and she turned on. She was at the end of her leash on 2 legs, and she was going after that draft horse.
who could have stepped on her and...
Never even felt
I mean, we're talking about a little bitty rat terrier.
So she's 9 pounds. But we have found her motivation. So actually, we got a piece of fake fur and had Petra here rub it on one of her. And I keep
Petra rub it on one of her horses. Petra
rub it on where?
Petra did not rub it on herself. She rubbed it on her horse Raz.
Yes. And I keep it in a Ziploc bag, so it keeps the scent. And she knows that Ziploc bag. And she knows the closet I keep that Ziploc bag in.
Funny.
So I bring that out, and she'll chase it and play. So we have found something that motivates my dog.
And that's what it's all about, is finding the thing. Now, about a year ago, I got a Jack Russell Terrier.
Huh.
And,
wonder from who?
Yeah. Thanks, Petra.
You're welcome. Again.
Many, many thanks. So I decided to go to a Jack Russell meetup and find out about all the Jack Russell activities. Now, they had confirmation, and they had agility, although it was done on leash.
Well, do you blame them?
That's Jack Russell.
I didn't see any obedience.
That's
Not
the
so
problem.
Not so much.
But then they had the racing. Jack Russell's racing on the straightaway, going over
Like
hurdles.
we see the wiener dog races.
I loved that.
And that's what his kennel is known for, so I wanted to check that out. And then they had the scenting for the rats, what they call go to ground. So that's going through tunnels or searching through, they had field hunts, going through bales of hay looking for the rat scent. And I didn't get to try him on the racing, but he did love the go to ground, the finding of the rat. Now, I was not all that thrilled with it. To me, it was a bit like watching submarine races. You let the dog go,
and he disappears down a tunnel.
Up at the end of the tunnel later.
He was very happy at the end of the tunnel.
He was thrilled, and that was I was glad for him.
And I will add a word to that is I wish clubs would all treat the rats well.
Yes.
Wild rats are vermin, but pet rats, I've had pet rats, and they're very intelligent creatures. I do wish they would all not all of them treat the rats well.
One meat they did not. One meat they did.
Yeah.
So the one where I let him try it, they did treat the rat with respect.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for.
Yeah.
The watching him hunt in the field was more fun because I got to watch him. But,
sure.
And even the racing was fun, but it's about 3 seconds.
That's true. But you could do it multiple times.
That's true.
Do 10 races, 30 seconds.
So I'm not going to build him a go to ground course because it's not that exciting for me.
If you really loved it,
if I really loved him,
you could always put clear plexiglass on top.
Plexiglass.
Oh yeah.
Then
a whole new thing.
Oh.
That could be something.
Little cameras inside.
The ones with the camera attached to the collar.
Yeah, maybe that can make it more fun.
Big screen TV to watch.
More interactive.
Well, you know what? On that note, we need to take a break for our sponsor. So hold on. We'll be right back. We'll talk about a couple more activities.
Sit. Stay. It's a doggy dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Every pet is unique. Maybe they're gray in the muzzle, yet young at heart. Maybe they're growing out of the puppy stage and into their paws and ears. Or maybe they're just trying to maintain a more girlish figure. At PetSmart, we have the right food for your pet at a great value for you. PetSmart. Be better together.
Go to PetSmartDeal.com and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. Go to PetSmartDeal.com today. PetSmartDeal.com.
I don't make any decisions about who to hire without going to Angie's List first.
You'll find reviews on home repair to healthcare, written by people just like you.
With Angie's List, I know who to call, and I know the results will be fantastic.
Angie's List. that you can trust.
Go to angieslist.com/best and get 25% off any subscription. That's angieslist.com/best. BEST.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/world, WORLD, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pet Life Radio proudly presents DSPN, the Dog Sports and Performance Network. Get ready to unleash the dog sports enthusiast in all of us. From speed drawing and mushing to racing, agility, and competition. This is the place to learn all about the dog sports and activities that you can do with your furry best friend and canine competitor. So get ready for game time. DSPN with your host, Lori Williams. Every week, on demand. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. So I know one of the activities that Kate's been involved in a little bit is Treiball.
Treiball or Treiball?
Or Treiball.
I think it's Treiball, but I'm not sure.
It's on.
I got into it in the sort of back door, if you will. That doesn't sound right. No, wait a minute. Let me start
Wait,
over.
repeat.
I don't really know what I'm doing. How about that? One of my private training students, show dog. She has a collie show dog. Originally came to me about a year ago because her dog was panicking at shows. And the judge would go to approach her and she would just hit the ground and flatten out. So obviously she wasn't enjoying it and she wasn't doing well. So they came to me to build up her confidence. And I started working with her just with that idea. And then she was doing much better in her shows and winning and everything. And she was enjoying it, was the biggest part for me. I didn't want to make her do it if she didn't enjoy it. But with more confidence, she did seem to enjoy the shows. And then I kind of ran out of stuff to do with her, frankly. I can only, challenge her with so many distractions. So we started thinking about Treiball.
Like a hula skirt and sound noises and hats and big sunglasses.
Oh, heck, I went all out. I'd bring my air compressor and have it going off, the generator.
It got to be quite amusing to watch Kate work
How many
with her.
things could I find that might upset her and then work through it? So then the owner had taken Eva, that's the dog's name, to sheep herding trials, instinct testing. And she did very well on the instinct testing, so they took some lessons. And it was all great fun, and Eva was really enjoying it. And that also built up her confidence. But frankly, it was time-consuming to drive quite a distance and expensive to take her to do the sheep. So I had heard about a new sport, Treiball, that was designed for herding breeds, but so you didn't have to own sheep. And basically it's having the dogs herd, move around, plastic exercise balls, depending on the size of the dog. But they started with exercise balls. Herd them into a pen. So it's, if you sort of think soccer or pool, but your dog is
your dog is the cue. Yeah. I visions of Bashir,
using the stick.
Boom.
Okay, maybe it's more like soccer. And you send the dog out to you have to send them to specific balls, and there's 8 balls in there in the space. So there's rules. The sport started in Germany.
Now, the balls are shoulder height. These are not sending them out to get tennis balls.
This is true.
Shoulder height on the dog. Roughly.
So they have to push them. And I think because it started with the herding breeds, that's why the exercise balls. I have heard about maybe the Shelties and the Corgis and other breeds using smaller balls. But again, about their shoulder height. Send them out to the directed ball, bring it back to the directed pin is the idea. And they're timed. It started in Germany, but now I believe there is a group called the American Treiball Association. And I joined an online group to figure out how to teach it, because I've never even seen it except on videos. But I thought it might be a fun thing for this collie to try, and she has really taken to it.
I have to add that it's just plain fun to watch your dog figure out these balls. Now, I got a super-duper sized ball because Bashir popped several of the smaller ones, quite rapidly, I might add. So I got one that's taller than his head, that he can't see over, and it's very large and harder. So he can't get his teeth any purchase in it.
Right.
Because once he popped one, then he learned how much fun it was, and he was popping them much too expensively. So, one big ball. Now, I haven't been playing Treiball with him, but I've been letting him figure it out. And he will run it all over the place and move it and bounce it off the fences. And then once he starts to get a little tired, he'll start to think about it and how to maneuver it and bring it to me, or he'll get it stuck someplace and how to get it out of. And I'm having a lot of fun watching that because I'm watching him figure out, watching him problem solve. The other day, the kids' wading pool was upside down and full of water from the sprinklers, and his ball landed in the middle of that. And now all of my friends here know how much Bashir hates water. He would survive on ice cubes if he could. He's disgusted with water. So his favorite ball was in the middle of a puddle on top of an inverted swimming pool. And I told him to get it, and he pushed it a little bit, and water splashed, and he was disgusted and barked, and I told him again to get it, and after a few pushes, he got it out of there. And just watching the problem solving is wonderful. I love watching him think.
The joy, even though he was disgusted at the same time.
Oh, yes, he did it. And he told the world about it. He got it out of there.
And with Eva the collie, the owner came back to tell me this past week, they had been to a show the previous weekend, and she had been in 6 events and then got on to the next level, so she ended up going into the ring 10 or 12 times. And she was on the whole time and having a blast. And because of that, she won. But the duration and the amount of times that she went in, she would not have been capable of a couple of years ago. And she's enjoying herself now. That's the biggest deal.
She is doing wonderful. Cool. She really is. Yeah.
And it's a fun sport. And it's something you can start in your backyard or living room. Find out about it. But according...
Yeah, put that ball in your living room.
Yeah. Oh, your lamps would knock
huge.
Over.
Right. I don't even put it in my backyard.
But if the chat group on the internet is any indication, then more and more trainers are starting classes in the Treiball. And it's something worth looking into.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing. Let's talk about therapy dogs. We've talked about it before, but let's hit that again because it's an activity and you can do it many times. You know, if you've got a dog who's retired from agility, retired from conformation, retired from obedience, therapy dog work is, it's not just for old dogs, but it is an activity that an older dog can do when he can no longer do a more active sport.
It's hard to retire.
Yes.
For humans and for dogs.
Yeah. I know.
You might want to switch to something.
Riker did his therapy dog work for up until, 4 months before he passed away? And then it was only when he told me he was done. But he did it until he was 12 and a half. Maggie's how old now?
Maggie's will be 10 this year.
Yeah, and she's loving her therapy dog work.
She loves it, and the people love it. It makes them feel so good. And it's so wonderful to see the smiles on everybody's faces when you bring your dog into the therapy. And the dogs are so happy, too. They love to give everybody loves and kisses and hugs, and it's just so joyful, the whole therapy visit for everybody. It's just great.
It's definitely a worthwhile activity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think it's just as rewarding for the owners of the dogs and the dogs. I mean, the dogs get to be the center of attention. And then the staff at the facility, the people we visit. Yeah, there's hardly any downsides at all.
The staff really enjoys it.
We'll put in a plug for loveonaleash.org. That's the group that we're involved with, and that Liz founded. But there are also many, many other therapy groups. Look in your area.
And talk to your trainer. A lot of trainers do offer therapy dog classes also. So, all right. Well, anything else anybody wants to talk about? Melissa took a deep breath.
I like doing stuff with my dogs. It builds confidence, it builds problem solving, it's mental exercise, and it's also doing something. It's bonding and having fun and doing stuff together.
Building the relationship.
Getting them out of their living room. You know, they're bored. They sit around. We have work and friends and hobbies and lives. And all.
Really?
Yeah. Some of us do. And all they have is us. So I want to enrich my dog's life, and it's just thrilling to find what excites them. There is something for every dog that they will enjoy and that you two can enjoy together. So I would encourage you to go try stuff.
I can't add anything to that. That's it. Listen for us next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.